Good morning, great audience. I'm Daniel Suster, Sales Engineering Director for FiSci Technologies, and I'm here in beautiful Sherman, Texas with TekWav, JJ McGrath. And JJ, tell us a little bit about you and about TekWav, please.
Sure. My name is JJ McGrath. I own TekWav. We are a WISP here in Texas, just north of a little town called Dallas. You may have heard that, where it is. So right before you get into Oklahoma, that's where we are. We service Grayson County. So from end to end, our network's probably about 45 miles. So it's not a very, very big network, in my opinion. We have about 17, 18 big towers and about 30, 35 small, maybe micropops. So we mostly focus on residential clients. We are looking at trying to put on more commercial accounts. So right now we only offer internet services.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much. And TekWav has a very solid and robust operation here. We are in their data center, and you can see all the main fiber feed and everything else. And JJ, tell me a little bit more about how did you learn about the LTE as a service subscription program from FiSci Technologies?
Sure, I learned about the FiSci subscription by talking with buy sales. And when I went to a roadshow in Kansas City last year, they said, "Hey, I know you're looking for doing some financing deals. We have an option we want to run by you." So after that roadshow, we started talking about what you have to offer. And I think it's a great program. I highly encourage other people to give it a serious thought. And so that's basically how I thought about it,
Excellent.
or heard about it.
Excellent, excellent. And how do you see the program fitting into your plans? I mean, did you see it helping you overhauling the network, expanding the network? Where do you see it fitting?
So where it sees it's fitting is that it's going to help us grow our network. So right now we're not necessarily growing out our network, expanding our coverage. We are going to look at adding several more big towers later this year, but it's going to be able to enable us to go deep. We do site surveys, probably anywhere from about 15, 20 site surveys a week. Of those, we have to turn down around 60-ish% because of trees. That's our biggest thing. So we've been started looking for a big solution to help us turn those no's into yeses, because we are leaving money on the table. So what I'm looking for the system to do for us is to help grow and to really generate more revenue off our existing infrastructure to take advantage, because we believe that we still don't have we're at full capacity on our towers. So that's what I'm hoping to really expand our LTE offerings and provide service to those unserved and underserved.
Excellent, excellent. And what did the program, the LTE as a service program, caught your attention more? I mean, is it the flexibility that you could have either a 3-year program or a 7-year program? Is it the fact that you have 80 equal installments over the life of the program? Is it the training that it's included with the program, the support that it's included?
Sure.
Can you expand a little bit more about it?
Sure, I can do that. So what I liked about the program is, first of all, it's the ease of use. I only have to do one credit app, and the one credit app is good for the entire term. So they ran my credit, they did my credit references, and everything worked out great. So that was super easy. So it's not only just a leasing program, which I thought was good terms. They provide a ton of support. I'm working with one of their engineers right now on their RF propagations. I can easily talk to them for support. I never have a problem with talking and getting hold of someone and getting my issues resolved. And the payment terms were very good with it. You get the gear, you give them a schedule whenever you need the gear. You get the equipment, you have an acceptance window, and then you have a payment starting 30 days later or next calendar month or something like that. So it was great, because part of the problem I have with other leasing companies is that you get the gear, you sign the deal, payment immediately. Well, we don't even have the gear yet, and they're asking for payment. So it was great to have that extra lead time to get the gear, get it up in the air, and start generating some revenue to help make that monthly payment. So that was really nice. And it was great where I'm not under a set schedule, but I am under a full schedule that I have to deploy so much. But it's very easy terms, very easy people to work with, great people at the company, and I can generally get a hold of them. Short of smoke signals, I can get a hold of them in pretty much any way is manageable.
Excellent. And tell me a little bit about the buy-sell equipment. How do you find it effective? I mean, how is it working for you?
Sure, the buy sell. So I started running my LTE with another vendor. I'm not going to mention them. The support is ridiculous. The last company I worked with is a third-party company. They're great. They're fantastic. I love them. I just was not happy with this platform. So I started working with buy sells. While I wasn't the greatest at the beginning, they own up to their mistakes. They own up to their problems. They fix their problems, and it's easy. Literally, I can take an Eno-B out of the box, up and running, probably inside of 10-15 minutes. It's turned on, ready to start rocking and rolling. I don't know how easier you can get. They claim it's as easy as LTE is easy as Wi-Fi, of course. It is in some areas, but don't treat it like Wi-Fi. That's a different bandwagon though. But it is super easy to start turning it on, putting it on the tower. It really is almost. If you don't think you can handle it, you call them up and they'll configure it for you real quick, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Excellent, excellent. And regarding the program, is there anything that you feel that we could improve, that you like to see into it as well?
The only thing I can say is maybe more service offerings of equipments. Right now, the program only basically has the Eno-B and the UEs. Well, I have to still source my antennas. So it'd be nice if you can at least complement it with sourcing the antennas. I would like to actually see better power controllers. I mean, right now you just get the one Eno-B, but if I'm putting 4 of these up on a tower, I would like a better, some kind of maybe even DC power plant option, rectifier, full system batteries, integration style stuff. They're like, oh, here, just power it up. Well, that's great, but let's come up with a plan to really help people that have 4, because there's potential, since I run both 365 and 25, I could have 8 base stations. So it starts becoming a real challenge on how to manage all this and power all this gear up. So maybe something on that, and maybe at least higher end offerings of at least maybe licensed backhauls. I'm not asking for routers, I'm not asking for cabling and anything like that. That's easy to source. It's those high dollar items that I'm looking for, because the way the leasing term worked out great, I think is great.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you. And I have a good news for you, that we are working very, very hard right now. And in a matter of weeks, we're probably going to come up with a expanded offering. So our portfolio is going to include some of the products you're asking.
Perfect.
So I appreciate very much your feedback,
Sure.
because we strive to cater to
Sure.
operators like you.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
I appreciate very much your time. I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to say before we wrap up?
Just when it comes to part of what I talk to people about when it comes to financing and financing your gear, there's kind of 2 ways you basically do it. 3 ways. You can actually, hopefully you have a sugar daddy, sugar mama kind of deal, an investor, a nice way to say that. You can also look at leasing or grow it organically. So taking the revenue that you got coming in and grow, just buying the gear piecemeal. The problem with that, in mine in the piecemeal, is that it takes you forever for growth. My growth has greatly accelerated every time I've done a big lease. This would be the 4th, 5th time now I've done a lease, and now I'm getting to where I need to do bigger and bigger deals to grow faster and bigger. So give their financing model, have your tax accountant, your CPAs, your attorneys, look it over, make sure it's good to go, run the numbers. Run the numbers, run the numbers. It will make sense. There is an interest rate here, but to me it's very reasonable. There is a cost of doing business, but there's also a cost if you don't have the technology to service these people. Just in the last 6 months alone, I'd probably say in the last year, 12 months, just the last 12 months, I'm probably losing out over $250,000 because I didn't have the technology. The technology was there. I just couldn't acquire it easy enough.
Wow.
Now I do. So now I got to make up some ground and put my name out there a whole lot more. So run the numbers. And that, when I realized that number and I saw those stats in my billing system, and I realized how much money I was leaving on the table, customers wanting us. Customers said, let's do it. I said, the technology's there. This is a no-brainer decision now. So that's what I like about it. And with the easy terms and working with the people, I was okay. So run those numbers and give it a hard number. Feel free to give me a call. look at my website, and I'm sure there'll be contact information. You're welcome to come down to my network and check it out. We can talk numbers, we can talk whatever you want, talk on the phone, email, chat, Facebook message, whatever you want. You can get a hold of me any way you want. So that's about pretty much what I have. Oh, and don't treat LTE as Wi-Fi. It is easy as Wi-Fi. But anyway, there are some things you need to be aware of when you do run an LTE network. But I think LTE is a great way to go, and I appreciate this kind of program that you have put out there.